Python. So this program is made for beginners and those who need to enhance their skills. So let's start by a little bit of history about Python. Python is a high-level programming language developed and created by Van Rossum, first released in 1991. So a few things I wanted to just describe before we start Python. It's like its features. So as we know, other languages such as C, they are syntax based, which means that there is a format that you must follow maybe to write like Python code for the C codes. So here I'm comparing C++ and Python, but also you can try to make your deep research on it. So as we know, C++ is a syntax based language, which means like everything we must do must be in a syntax way. For example, here this is a program to create a hello world in C++. So here first included the stream, while and what, and then we printed the hello world. See that it's a kind of structure that we must follow. Our code was this, just print the hello world, but we needed to include all these stuffs in order to print hello world. But like us, in Python we just only need to write like the specific code. So if it is print to hello world, there are no syntax based, we just write print hello world. Another thing for you to know about Python is that Python is more like English language. That means like if you know English, understanding Python course will be like more easy, because like Python is more has like high readability quality. That means maybe an example, we may write a code maybe that if student is in class, and that's an if condition, but also the understanding or the code line is same as an English word saying that if a student is in class, which makes it more easier for beginners to run. So let's not stay deep in much and just begin. So we're going to be using PyCharm in this course. So if you don't have PyCharm installed, you can just install it, and also we're going to be using Python 3. So you can just come on jetbrains.com and download your PyCharm version. If you're using MacOS, Windows or Linux, just come and choose whatever operating system you're using and then download the community version. So after that, after installing it, you have this view of mine. Then you just create a new project. So right here we're going to be choosing the project location. So my project, I'm going to save it on desktop. Let me create a new folder on desktop and call it basics py, and then let me click OK. So okay, then let me create my project. So in this course, or in this first lecture, we are going to be running how to integrate our PyCharm with our GitHub account, so that whenever we push something from our offline repository goes remotely to the online repository without like going into terminal, any other shell commands, just on the user interface. So first let's create our Git repo here. Just come on the version controller, then click here create Git repository, and then in basics let's create a new folder or new directory, and let's call it to push. You can call it any name you want. So and click OK. This means our GitHub repository is already created here, and you can see we are on the master branch. So let's just click on a new folder and then create a new file. So we are going to be creating hello world to see if our configuration is working. So let's hello.py, and keep in mind every Python file must end with an extension of py. When you talk about an extension, is like the short name that describes the type of the file that we're going to be learning. So you may find, as we know, maybe in another language you may find .c, .cpp, .html according to the language you are using. So in Python, the extension for Python is py, and click OK. So here they're asking me if I want to add a file to my Git. So I just say OK, add, and let's print our first, or write our first program, say hello user, and let's save. So to run a program in PyCharm, you must click here on main and then run the current file. If you want, you can just click here and run it like this, or you can just run it anyway, or using Ctrl Shift if 10. So you see the output hello user. So now let's go ahead and push this to our GitHub repository. So first let's come here on GitHub and create a new repository. Basics, if you already have an existing repository, there is no need of creating it. You can just use that repository you want to use, yeah. Or you can just go with me. Okay, so let's just create repository. So our repository is already created, so let's just copy this link and then let's first commit and then click here, write the message first push. Yeah, so here because we didn't connect to our GitHub account, there is nothing to commit or anything selected to commit, so we just define the remote. As you know, git remote was used like to connect the offline repository to an online repository, so that's what we're going to be doing. The name will be origin. Okay, so let's then for authentication I'm going to be using token. As we know nowadays GitHub doesn't use password authentication again, we just use token. If you don't have a token, you can just create one. I will leave a link of description for those who having issues while installing the PyCharm, and also for those who are having issues generating tokens. In the description I will share the links or videos that may be helping or some scripts. So then paste my token here and then click OK. So you see that now I'm ready to push on my online repository. So we just click push, and then as you can see the changes are being pushed and determine that you are pushed to master a new branch on so let's check if it's working. Then click on basics. Okay, you see right now that we have pushed on our GitHub account without like using any shell commands, just only connecting our account with our repository with PyCharm. So let's meet in the next video. We are going to be running Python full projects. See you in the next video.